think the word's got out, folks. Everybody is using feather blades now. Now, last week when I did the, it was the Tatara razor, right? They sent a bunch of feather blades. I use pretty much exclusively feathers, as you all know. I know I shouldn't be saying this is boring, but guess what? I got another razor to review today, sent to me by the fine folks at Fine Shaving. That's right. Fine, you know them. They make snake bite, which I still haven't tried yet. I still have never tried snake bite. It's the one that I haven't bought. I should have. I just haven't done it yet. Anyway, they made themselves a safety razor. It's all over the YouTube right now. For wet shavers have been reviewing it, and I just got mine the other day. Here it is, the Fine DE5 safety razor with 5 premium Japanese blades. DE5. Yeah, not the DC5, like kick out the jams. The DE5. This is the DE5, folks. Let's open it up. See. Oh, look at this. I like the packaging. Ooh, my God. It's full of stars. If you got that, then you're a nerd like me. Hey, okay, here we go. Here's the back. And so with this razor, I did about 30 seconds worth of research before this. I went to their website and kind of got the gist for this. It's $50. It's a safety razor. It's a 3-piece. And what they did was they kind of went back in time to look at old designs and see what they got right. They said, you know, in 1904, they got it right. And ever since, it's been like this push towards selling multi-blade cartridges, razors to make tons of money, right? That whole thing. And you don't get a better shave necessarily. You may prefer those types, but I think you get a better shave with a safety razor. Anyway, so they looked at old designs. Here's the Gillette 1918. See those little bumpers on the bottom? Well, that was kind of a thing back in the past, those little bumpers. And as you can tell, they got the bumpers on here too. Look, my old Barbasol razor from the 1930s. So we got 1918 with bumpers, 1930s with bumpers, and the JFK gold set, also from the 30s. They got some bumpers in there too. Oh, JFK even had bumpers. Look at that. So I've always liked that design. I don't know why. I think it just makes a solid, good-looking design. It probably holds the 2-piece head together better. I don't know. I just like it. So anyway, they've got bumpers, and here's the razor. Now, you may have seen this before. You may have already looked online and got some reviews. I haven't. I am sweating because I did mow the lawn. But here's the feather blades. You get a little pack of 5. Now, something that someone taught me in the past, because I noticed there's yellow ones and there's black ones. Well, the difference is there's only 5 in the black ones. In the yellow packs, there's 10. There you go. Thank you for whoever hit me to that a while back. So I don't need to open this one. I'm going to place this. I got a little pile of 4 feather blades. I'm going to put this over here in the pile, right on top, and I'm going to grab one of these loose ones that I already have out, I think from the Tatara razor, and I'm going to load this thing up. We're going to lather up. I took a shower. I did my hair. Starting to defy gravity once again. Feather blade, brand new. Got the all-metal kind of chrome finish. What does it say? Always true blade alignment bar. XL bullet pegs. That's what they call them. Bullet pegs, not bumpers. Those are bullet pegs, according to Fine. I like that. All right. Bullet pegs. Comforting convex comb. Comforting convex comb. It's got a comforting convex cone shape. Comb shape comb. So it is one of those closed/open combs. It's not actually open. It's just got the bumps that makes it look like it. And here's the razor. Let me show you what it looks like, see, compared to the Rockwell as far as size. So there's a Rockwell. So it's a little bit shorter, the handle. Here's a Fat Boy. So it's almost exactly the same size as a Fat Boy. Even the head is very similar in size. So it's a good-looking razor. It looks classic. It looks like something from the 1930s. That whole Art Deco thing, kind of like the John Kennedy one. I'm not going to take it out again. I already put it up. But, it's hot outside. It's hot all over the world right now. This is the hottest temperatures we've ever seen in recorded history. So I know I'm not alone in sweating while we all make our shaving videos, right? Right? Common denominator. All right, so let's unscrew this thing, load the blade in, lather up, see how it shaves. I haven't looked at anybody else's review because I don't like to do that. I like to come up with my own opinion first. And here's the head. Oh, it's got like a little geometric. It's not just smooth on top. And I like the knurling. It's very 1930s looking to me. Nice design of this razor. I like it. Okay, so, okay. So let's take the, let's take the top of the head, Put the old feather on there. Put the old feather. Oh, it does have a lot of nice guards. You see that? It's got the two, what do they call them? Bullet pegs. I'm gonna call them bumpers. Those little, it's kind of like the headlight things on like an old 50s Cadillac on the front, you know, that bombshell type thing. You know, the 50s, they were all about that bombshell thing, you know what I mean? Yeah, it looks like those old bras from the 50s, you know what I mean? This is a family channel. We won't go any further than that. Marilyn Monroe. There we go. I'm sweating. I'm telling you, it's too hot. I'm going crazy. All right. 3-piece razor, 2-piece head, and the handle. Let's see if there's any overhang. There is a little bit, so I don't like to tighten that. So I'm going to go back over here, tighten it on the towel. Ready to go. All right. It looks good. I'm going to do it. I should have taken a cold shower because I'm going to take a cold shave. How about that? Ah. Oh, man, goodness gracious. Oh, it feels good. Okay. Put some cold water on my face. And what am I going to lather with? Oh, yes, I showed this earlier. I got some fine aquamarine. So using the product by the same company that made the razor. Let's see, I'll grab this just because it's here. And it's not about the soap or the brush today. It's about the razor. All right? We know about the soap. We know about the brush. We know about the feather blade. Let's lather up. See how it feels. See if it's mild. See if it's not. We got one shout out today. Oh, and someone recognized me on my walk to work the other day. Marco, I'd like to say hello to you. I was walking in. I was listening to whatever I was listening to on the way to work. And I hear somebody say something to me. I kind of noticed out of the corner of my eye that someone was addressing me, but I couldn't hear him because I was listening to whatever music. I don't know. And then I heard Sinatra Lennon. And I was like, what? And so, yeah. So Marco, he's a PhD student there. It was great meeting you. And if anybody ever sees me out and about, just come up and say hello. It's really cool for me. Because then I get to brag to my wife and kids, somebody recognized me. And it's still a very strange sensation. But now I guess I have to watch myself. I can't just be wandering around acting like a fool like I normally do. I'm going to have to show some decorum in public because all eyes are on me. No, they're not. They're not really. But you know what I mean. I'm going to have to wear sunglasses and a hat, you know. Oh, boy. It's tough being internet celebrity. I'm just kidding, folks. You know, I'm just kidding, right? But yeah, that was very cool. So Marco, good to see you. And good luck in your studies. All right. He's studying some serious stuff that is deep and rich. And he's got a few more years, I think is what he said. So, man, good luck. And yeah, enjoy yourself here in town. Nice to meet you. All right, here we go. Look at those, what do they call them again? Bullet pegs. I can't get that. I call it bumpers. I don't know. Put the bombshell bumpers on there. Okay, here we go, folks. Let's give it a try. It's a good looking razor. It's a good weight. It's a little slick, like this chrome is a little slick, but the knurling helps with the grip, so it's not gonna, be slippery or anything. It just feels kind of slick. Okay, here we go. Ooh. I can kind of feel the blade just a little bit. Not too aggressive, not overly so. But what they did was, when they designed this thing, was like I said, they wanted to go back in time and look at all the early razors. Because they said that some of their favorite ones are like the old kind, like ones from the early 1900s, 1920s, and 30s. So they were talking about the blade gap and, all these other things. And there is nothing wrong with that, man. Going back to a design that is just super solid, and works beautifully. You don't need a bunch of crazy bells and whistles and, over-engineering things. Unless you want to, If you want to over-engineer something, go for it. As my coworker says, I'm not going to yuck your yum. So I like to keep that in mind. Just because we have differing opinions from others doesn't mean we have to shut down their opinion. Right, folks. Right. Who am I talking to? The internet? Of course they're gonna. The internet is all roses and daisies and wonderful people uplifting one another. And luckily, you know what? This channel, at least the people that viewers like you, that leave comments are very upbeat, positive people. And that's why I keep doing this, folks. That's why I keep doing it. non-controversial, family-friendly, no cussing. Every now and then there's almost a slight hint at an off-color joke, but I don't want to do that route. I'm not a shock jock or anything. Shock jock. Oh, man. Okay, so I got a shout out. One shout out today. Now, I don't know exactly how to pronounce your first name or your second name, your last name, but your first name is AMR. So I'm going to say Amr Mustafa. Amr Mustafa, shout out to you. I hope that's right. You left a wonderful comment. One of the few that's asked for a shout out recently. So we got a shout out dearth. So if you want to have a shout out, you can. If you don't need to, you don't need to feel, hear your name coming out of my mouth. That's okay too. You're listening to those podcasts that are like on Patreon or whatever, and it's like, okay, at the end of this hour-long show, we're gonna have 40 minutes of just reading people's names. I was like, oh, skip. So yeah, I don't blame you. You don't want to hear a bunch of shout-outs. Okay, well, some people like that. I like it. I had my name shouted out on Ralphie, the Scotch guy, Ralfy. I've told this story before a while back, but he said my name in the Manx Bothy, if you know who Ralphie is, Scotch guru guy. Anyway, okay. So there's the first pass. Still got lots of whiskers I can take care of, but it was a comfortable shave. Felt good. $50. $50. Now, do I think that's too much for this razor? Yeah, I do. I think it should be less. I think it should be about the price of a Merkur 34C, which is about what? $35? I don't know. It should be about $35, I think. Tops. And then go on sale. 50 I think is a bit much. It's a beautiful razor. I like it, but I think it might be just a tad too much, $50. Anyway, okay. Do I have an alternative $50 razor? I don't. God, how do I get shaving cream on my forehead/eyebrow? Let's see, what other razors are $50 that are good? Well, I'll tell you, the leaf razor, the twig or the thorn, that's about $59, I think. And I know they go on sale sometimes, so that one is great. But yeah, I think it's just slightly too much, but that's all. It's not bad. It's a good razor. But I'm always honest in my opinions. They sent me these things, and they know, and I'm going to tell you exactly how I feel. And there was the one gentleman who sent me several razors that kept either not working or, badly put together, and I felt bad. I felt bad at the time, but I'm not going to tell you guys a fib just because somebody sent me something. I wished him the best, but I just kept having problems, and he hasn't sent me anything since, so that's all right. That's okay, too. That's okay. Now, I don't like it when razors leave like these little streaks, like that these little guards make. So that means I need to change the angle and get it just right. Some razors I don't even have to think about, like my Rockwell. I never have to think about the angle of this thing, which is maybe why my son comes in and uses it too. But sometimes, like with this one, I'm having to think about, especially with this direction, the second pass, I'm having to think about the angle a little bit more. So I'm not leaving those tracks in the shaving cream. So I don't like that part. I think I cut the edge of my... Have you guys eaten so many tortilla chips? Like at a Mexican restaurant with chips and salsa and queso, that the corners of your mouth get raw because you just shoveled them in like you were never going to get another one. Is that just me? That's not what's happening right now, but that has happened in the past. I will admit it. Yeah, I know. I'm back on the strict intermittent fasting bandwagon because I felt like I let it slide for about a month when we went on vacation, and then when the wife and kids were out of town for a couple of weeks, I just kind of I always have stuck to the 11 a.m. I never have eaten before 11 a.m. except when we went to Hawaii, and then the times were all messed up. But I was starting to ramp up my late night snacking, which has always been my downfall. And so I'm back on the bandwagon. Get back in control of all that good stuff. Always makes me feel better when I do that, you know. But boy, if you're going to start any kind of diet, folks, and believe me, I've been battling my weight since I was about 10 years old or so. Just, you know, back and forth, back and forth. If you're going to start it, how did this turn into diet talk? I don't know. We're just chatting. But yeah, if you're thinking about, oh, I need to do this, I need to lose weight, I need to, you know, start a diet or whatever, make sure that you are actually mentally prepared to do it, because that will derail you every single time. You could have the best intentions in the world. It's like, okay, Monday morning, all right, I'm gonna have one last big weekend, and then Monday morning, you're like, oh, I'm so depressed, I don't want to think about it. Believe me, it is a real thing, folks. But yeah, so don't feel too bad if you can't, if it like takes a few times to really get started, because once you do get started, boy, you want to keep it going. At least that's the way I am. All right, third pass. Okay, so the second pass wasn't as enjoyable as the first pass. I felt like maybe it wasn't, well, maybe because the whiskers, or most of the whiskers were gone, you know, which is good, which is what you want. It was kind of, I felt almost aimless, if that makes sense. Like the razor wasn't grabbing hold of what I wanted it to grab hold of and get rid of. I don't have that problem with other razors. I have had that problem, but yeah, so that's like the only thing I've noticed so far that I don't necessarily like is the that second pass. So let's see what the third one feels like. Let's see if it's, because I got even less whiskers now. I'm gonna go real slow, because if I have to think too much about my razor when I'm shaving, I don't want to use that razor. And I'm not saying that I'm thinking too much with this one, but I am thinking more than usual as far as the angle. There we go. You can just kind of tell when you get it right, you know? So I think I need to maybe do a smaller angle, like a more shallow angle. That's grabbing it. You know what it comes down to, probably, is I'm just yakking and talking and stuff and not really paying attention to what I'm doing. So, because this is feeling better than the last one. And the last one I was just kind of rambling and wiping my face with the razor, it felt like. So, as I always say, it is a poor craftsman who blames his tools. So, I'm going to take a lot of the blame on that last one for the things I didn't like about this razor. But let's keep going. Let's keep going. Let's see if I can keep that angle up. Yeah, I think I just needed to go a little bit more, like I was going more, look at my face right here. I need to go more like that, you know. I was going more like this maybe, and that's why I was leaving those streaks. I need to go a little bit more like that. So, you know, it's like anything, you know, any new thing, you got to get used to it. So don't count it out after just one shave. This is my very first shave with this razor, so I'm not counting anything out. In fact, I'm going to keep using it and try it out. See if my attitude changes. Now, see all the little, that's what I don't like. I'm having a hard time on the cheeks, which normally is not hard at all for me. All right. It could also come down to which hand you're using, which side of your face you're on, you know, because, you know, it's different. You're holding it over here this way as opposed to this way, and, you know, all the different ways you can hold a razor. But I feel like I'm having to work a little bit harder to get the angle right on this one, and I'm not enjoying that aspect of it. Okay. I'll do the field test here after this. I'm trying to be a little bit more quiet so I can focus on what I'm doing instead of just blathering, you know? Always with the chin. Okay. All right. Let's wash off and see. Oh man. Cold water. Such a blessing. Okay. So let's see. Very smooth though. There's still some stuff here on my cheeks though, which should not be there after 3 passes. And are almost never there for any other razor. So, not sure. Yeah, I'm not sure. I'm not sure, folks. Jury's out right now. I'm going to try it again. I'm not going to give you any final anything yet because you can't judge a razor after only one try. But, I mean, there are certain things that I am not crazy about, like having to work harder to get the angle right. The fact that it's left a lot of whiskers here that normally wouldn't be there when I do 3 passes. And I was careful for that last pass, you know? So, right now, I'm going to hold off on judgment. I don't know if there'll be some, epiphany moment where I go, oh, now I get it. Now I've got the technique perfect. And if I do, I'll tell you. And if I don't, I'll tell you. But as of right now, the jury's still out. Hold off, folks. Hold off on buying one, okay? Watch some other reviews, see what they think. I'm going to watch some other reviews now that I've done this. See what they thought of it. Okay. All right. Put this in the cabinet. When I'm going to use a razor again, and I want to remind myself that I have a razor with a blade in it, because I keep them without blades in them, except for the one I use every day. The Rockwell's got a blade in it, and the Thorn has a blade in it. So what I do is, with new razors that I don't normally use a lot, I'll just put it on its end amongst the other razors there in the medicine cabinet. That'll be a visual reminder that there's a blade in it, and hey, try it out again, why don't you? That's my little technique, at least. Okay. Cold water. Now, I am feeling a slight amount of, it's not razor burn, but it's razor awareness. Like I can tell that I just shaved. So I don't like that. So there's 3 things so far that I don't like. I think the price is a little bit too much. I had to work a little too hard to get that angle right. And I don't really have to do that with most of my razors, especially the ones that I absolutely love. I don't have to worry about it or think about it at all. And the third one is for it leaving behind whiskers here on the flattest, easiest part of my face to shave, but I still feel a little bit of that razor awareness, I guess. I'm not a big fan of that. So anyway, yeah. These are just my thoughts. These are just coming off the top of my head. Like I said, I haven't used this. I didn't know if I was going to like it or not, or if it was going to be good or not. And so let's just wait. I'll give you an update soon, see if I've changed my mind, like in some major way, either way, But for now, I certainly appreciate the fine folks at Fine for sending out this razor to me to try out, and for sending it out to others if they sent it out to others, which I assume they did. But Fine products, good stuff. They make good stuff. This aquamarine was really good. Yeah. Classic shaving soap from Fine. Mr. Fine. All right. What I'm going to use for, we're just going to use Osage Rub. I haven't used this in so long. The good old days. Remember when this bottle was brand new? Remember the first time I ever tried this? You go back and look, felt like my whole face was going to burn off. It was, see if that happens again. Ow. Ow. Oh. Haven't had that feeling in a while. It stings. It smells good. It's green. Woo! Oh, Osage Rub. My goodness. If you haven't tried this stuff yet, man, it is a trip. It is an experience unlike any other. I mean, there's no other aftershave I've ever used that's like that. Super mentholated, super alcoholic, like that burn, that sting. It's like, oh, you're using aftershave. So anyway, so that's it for now, folks. Few bumps in that road. Nothing that sent the train off the tracks, mixing metaphors as I like to do. Some things I don't like about it, some things I really like about it. So I'm going to keep trying. I'll give you an update next week. How about that? How's that sound? Otherwise, very, very nice. smooth shave, if I don't like dig in and like try to nitpick, I'm not gonna feel those little whiskers that I'm feeling when I do that. But like this, perfectly fine. You can give your kids a hug, they're gonna feel a soft face. Give your wife a kiss, whoever. Kiss your mom and grandma. Be nice and soft. It's getting weird. I'm talking about kissing grandmas all of a sudden. You know it's time to go. All right. So shout out again to Amr Mustafa. Amr Mustafa. AMR Mustafa. That's you, buddy. Thanks. And DeMarco, thanks for coming up and saying hi, and good luck in your studies. And if I see you on campus, I'll buy you ice hot coffee in this disgusting, terrible heat. Buy a margarita. All right. Have a great one, folks, and I'll see you all very soon.